Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving my book review of the first book in the Juliette series, which is a dystopian novel called Shatter by Tahereh Mafi. Before I start talking about the book, I would like to say that I post book-related videos and reviews daily in my channel. So if you like watching this video, then please do like and subscribe to show your support. So when this book came out a few years back, it was tagged as a crossover between Hunger Games and the X-Men. Being a fan of both of them, I knew that I had to read this book at some point in my life, so I finally decided to sit down and read the first book in the series, which is Shatter. And unfortunately, it was not as amazing as I thought it would be. The story revolves around a girl named Juliette who has this fatal touch. She is locked up in this facility where no one can touch her because if they end up touching her, then they die. So one day, this boy, Adam, enters her cell, and it turns out that he is her new roommate, and surprise, surprise, they fall in love with each other. Anyway, while this is happening, there is also this other guy named Warner who is also interested in Juliette for her powers, and he wants her to be on his side so that she can help him control the world or something. But Juliette does not want to join Warner, and she teams up with Adam, who also works for Warner, and they end up escaping the facility, and the story mainly continues as to how they survive. So before I get into all the reasons and problems that I had with Shatter, I would like to say a few positive things that I actually liked about the story. I mainly really like the character of Warner. He is also a little psychotic and commanding in his own way, but he has this certain charm, and it is interesting to see how he respects Juliette and is in awe of her and has this fanboy like crush on her and wants to be romantically involved with her. The story is also very fast paced, where so many things just keep happening one after the other, that there is never a dull moment and you really want to find out what happens next. Oh, and I also liked James and Kenji because I thought they added humor to this otherwise very serious story. But these were probably the only things that had me going on for this book. So there are two main big things that I did not like about Shatter. The first one being the insta love between Juliette and Adam. Okay, so it is not your typical insta love where the two characters meet and immediately fall in love with each other. It was more of the, oh, I have always known you since childhood and I have loved you since childhood, but I have never spoken to you, but I still love you kind of love, which is equally annoying because there is no space or time frame for the characters to gradually meet and get to know each other and fall in love. I think that was the main reason why I liked the dynamic of Warner and Juliette more than I did of Adam and Juliette, because at least there was something new and interesting to see from Warner's perspective. And my second main problem with this book was Juliette's character itself. So in most of these young adult dystopian novels, the main character is someone who, of course, is very shattered in her own way, but is someone that you can connect to because you know that she is somehow going to overcome it and she's going to be a good role model, and you want to support her and root for her and you want to see her succeed and overcome all her obstacles. But in this book, none of that happens, and Juliette does not even have any distinctive characteristic that makes her likable. Don't get me wrong, when I first started reading this book, I actually thought Juliette's character was interesting because the author showed how fragile or shattered she is because of her powers that she does not know how to control. So you basically want to see how she would react to her powers and whether she would overcome it and become more stronger, or whether she would succumb and become evil. I think at the same point, I also liked the author's style of writing in the beginning for the same reason, because it was somehow unique and different with all the strike throughs and the repetitions, because it somehow showed how kind of imbalanced Juliette's mind is and how she has this repetitions in her thought process. So yeah, I know a lot of people are very annoyed and irritated with this style of writing, but initially when the book started, I actually thought that this was pretty interesting and different. However, after halfway into the book and towards even the end of the book, I realized that Juliette's character was not improving in any way, and she is still unsure as to what she wants, and she is not confident at all, and she does not know what to do with her life. The only distinctive thing which I remember about Juliette is how horny she gets whenever she sees Adam, and how crazy she gets whenever he touches her. Towards the end, I was so irritated with this book because nothing happens except Adam and Juliet just keep running around from one place to the other, and they are trying to escape from Warner and his minions, but at the same time, they keep constantly having this hormonal moments where they just want to touch each other and do inappropriate things with one another. At this point, even the style of writing becomes so difficult to read because the story is going nowhere, and the strike throughs and the repetitions are not helping, because you eventually realize that when Juliet speaks something and strikes through it, she says the exact same thing but just in a different manner. So, having said all that, am I still going to read the remaining of the series? Well, yeah, of course, because I bought the rest of the books and I really want to see if it gets any better or not. Overall, the plot of Shatter Me is somewhat decent and okay, and the world building is also not that bad, but the character development is just awful, and for that reason, I would give this book a rating of only 2.5 out of 5 stars. Do you agree with my opinion on Shatter Me, and have you read any other books in the series or Tahereh Mafi's works? What are some of your favorite dystopian novels? Please do share your thoughts and comments on the section below because I would love to hear from you. And again, if you enjoyed watching this video, then please do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!